Oviedo High School's Scotty Reeves was heading to college on a full baseball scholarship when life threw him a frightening curveball.
We knew he had a head injury. We knew it was very serious, very, very serious, but we didn't know exactly what he had done.
Sherry and Phil are Scotty Reeves' parents.
That was the worst moment of all of it. When people ask me, the ride from my office to the hospital was the worst. That's where you're not sure what you're going to be arriving to see.
They arrived at Central Florida Regional Hospital's Level 2 Trauma Center to find out that Scotty had internal bleeding, brain swelling, and a skull fractured in many places.
You know, essentially he was probably not 10 to 15 minutes off of the helicopter and in an operating room. And the neurological state that he was in, which was happening kind of before our eyes on the way over, probably really had just minutes left. I'm still amazed at how well he's done.
So right after he comes out of surgery, we're in the ICU with him, Sherry and I, and the nurse says, he can hear you. And I see all these IVs in him, and I'm guessing he's pretty well sedated, but she says he can hear you. And I look at Sherry and I lean in and I whisper in his ear. I said, "Hey Scotty, Daddy's here." And he opened his eyes.
It's what we wanted. We wanted Scotty to always know that somebody was there.
It was cool, really cool.
I thought I was dreaming. I thought it was a dream.
Scotty's memory of the day of his head injury is gone, but his friends told him about the caster board accident the week of senior prom. He wasn't wearing a helmet.
During lunch, I was in the courtyard and my friend was pushing me and I hit a crack and flew off and hit my head, and it was the rest, I don't remember.
What is clear in his mind, the excellent care he received at Central Florida Regional Hospital.
It was amazing. The amount of support that the people at Central Florida Regional showed me was amazing.
I remember. We've been so worried about you, Scotty.
That's very powerful when you have people from your community taking care of your community. You get a little emotional over it. We're here for the people we've lived with and grown up with. We're here for our loved ones. We're here for just the sheer pleasure of giving back a little by just simply showing up to work.
We do an extremely high level of care and do some really extraordinary things with some of the very latest technologies and the latest expertise and some of the finest people I've ever worked with. So I'm extremely proud of what we're doing.
What really impressed me was how quickly all of that flowed. I feel like in retrospect that was part of the life-saving aspect of this for Scotty. I think that anyone with that kind of critical injury, if they're not attended to quickly, that can make all the difference in the world in terms of recovery.
It's almost a choreography when a team works well. It's taught by trust, by gaining trust, by building confidence in one another, by working together ceaselessly, endlessly, day and night. And when you build that coherent, cohesive team, that's when you have a really powerful force. And I think our community should feel very comfortable that we have that kind of a team here at Central Florida Regional.
For now, Scotty is looking forward to continuing his baseball career in college, but he'll never forget how, together, he, his family, friends, and medical team beat his life-threatening injury.
I would say it was a perfect game.
To play the perfect game, you need the perfect team, and the hospital staff were definitely the perfect team to make this a perfect game. So hearing Scotty describe it that way is amazing to me, and it's really perfect.
We couldn't say it better.